Hi there, I'm Donna Wolfe from Naztazia.com. Today I'll show you how to change colors in crochet to create stripes. We'll cover changing colors every row as well as every 2 rows and more. Changing colors every row is usually accomplished by crocheting over the unused strand of yarn as you work. So let's take this 1 row of green half double crochet stitches. We'll begin the last half double crochet stitch with the green yarn, but don't finish it. Then we'll place a slip knot on our yellow strand of yarn and use that slip knot's loop to finish the last half double crochet stitch made with the green yarn. And in half double crochet, I generally just chain 1 and turn my work. But that's up to you in whatever stitch you are using. Now, since I'm changing colors every row, I have to position my green yarn so that I can pick it up at the end of this row. An easy way to accomplish this is to bring the green yarn upwards and crochet over it while you make the half double crochet stitches on this row with the yellow yarn. And I should mention this works for any crochet stitch like single crochet, double crochet, and more. I'm just using half double crochet stitches for my sample. And as you can see, I'm crocheting under the normal top 2 loops of the previous row stitches, while simultaneously crocheting over that unused green yarn so I can carry it along and position it correctly at the end of this row for the next row. So before I make my last stitch, I check to make sure everything looks good. Then I start my last stitch but don't finish it. Instead, I bring up that green yarn, which happens to be right there, and use the green yarn to finish my last half double crochet stitch. And I tug on the yarn strands to ensure they aren't drooping anywhere. Now I'll be once again working with the green yarn. And as before, I make a chain 1 and turn my work and continue working with my green yarn. But this time I'm going to carry the unused yellow yarn so that at the end of this new green row, I can easily pick up that yellow yarn and use it for the next row after this. You might be wondering if you can carry more than 1 strand of yarn. Actually, you can. In tapestry crochet, sometimes you'll be carrying 3 or 4 strands of different color yarn and picking them up for use as needed. Next, we'll talk about changing colors every 2 rows. We'll first start out with 2 rows of single crochet stitches for my sample. As before, we'll start the last single crochet stitch, but don't finish it. And as before, we'll place a slip knot on the yellow yarn and use that loop to draw through my last stitch, which happens to be a single crochet stitch this time, to finish it. So I'm going to just chain 1 and turn my work. I'm not going to do anything with that red color yarn except let the yarn strand hang along the side. And then I chain 1, turn my work, and make a second row of yellow single crochet stitches, as you can see in my sample here. Now, here's how we change back to the reddish coral color yarn. We begin our last single crochet stitch, but don't finish it. Now, since the red yarn is draped along the side already, we just pick it up and use it to complete the last single crochet stitch. Now, we drop our yellow yarn along the side and proceed to chain 1 with the red yarn and continue with making regular single crochet stitches for the next 2 rows. As we approach the last stitch of the second red row, we start the single crochet stitch but don't finish it. Instead, we bring up the yellow yarn from the side and use that to finish our single crochet stitch. And then we do our chain 1, turn, and make 2 more rows with the yellow yarn. Now this method also works if you are doing, say, 4 rows of crochet stripes, as well as if you want to use 3 or 4 different colors. However, with this method, you will have visible strands along the side. So one way to hide these strands is to place a single crochet border around the whole project or just the 2 edges. And that's it. That's how I change colors in crochet to create stripes.